Give me a second here. Just a couple things to do. You know what? I want to start off actually wishing my sister, my older sister, born in 1960, 5 years older than me, happy birthday. She has not had the easiest of lives. Hey, Ash, how are you? Give me 1 second. Almost done. Ash says, I'm good, and you? I'm doing pretty good. Sunday. It's been a quiet day. All right. So, that's taken care of. Next, what we do is we go on YouTube. We look around. We see if anyone's doing a live stream. And if they are, we will share them out. Give them a shout out. First off, we have our friend, two friends, they're actually doing a panel. Food from Afar and Stuart the Fish Whisperer. So, before you do anything, when you visit a friend, we hit the thumbs up button. Because there is a tendency to forget. No one wants to forget. Everyone wants to help each other out. But you go in, you say hi, you start talking. Before you know it, you've forgotten to hit the thumbs up. And that's vital to helping out a channel. Really important. Which reminds me, have you guys hit the thumbs up button for me yet? Let's see. Ash says, I also just watched an anime and found a line. He said, which just it's set your heart ablaze. Man, you're going to have me pronounce something in Japanese? Thank you. You actually gave me a cheater guide. Kyojiro Rengyoko. Let's see. Ash says, laughing. You're welcome. Also, you got it right. Don't ask me to do it again. If I get it right the first time, I never try. And never going to try again. So let's pop in real quick and say hi to Stuart the Fish Whisperer. And Martine. Martine is Food from Afar. If you guys been hanging out here for the past couple weeks, you've definitely probably seen Martine, as well as, of course, the legendary Stuart the Fish Whisperer. So I'm going to share them out on my community page. And then, so we got the two essential things. Let's see. Ash says, well, it was worth it. It's not often that I pronounce something correctly the very first time, or the second time, or the third time. Occasionally on the fourth. Or then I mess it again on the fifth. So let's pop in and say hi to Stuart. Anyway, before I say hi to Stuart and Martine, so we do it. Look around YouTube. Begin your live stream. Look around YouTube. This is how I do it. And well, I mentioned before, this is my live stream process, getting into character. getting into the yoginess of being a yogi, is I do very simple breath work, 3-part breathing, also known as the yogic breath. 3-part breathing, and we always breathe through the nose. Remember, you breathe in, you fill the belly up with air, you continue, you rib cage expands to the side, and then you continue. You breathe up into the clavicles, you exhale, clavicles, rib cage, belly. You're using the 3 parts of the lung. You are oxygenating. That's not the proper way to say it, but that's what's coming out. Oxygenating? Forget it. You know what I'm talking about. You are filling your body up with oxygen. Good, clean oxygen through all parts of the lungs. Generally, we only breathe very shallowly, mostly from the top. And then if we start doing breath work, we deepen the breath and we breathe from the belly, from the diaphragm. But it's not often that we use the 3 parts of the lung. So the yogic breath engages diaphragm, rib cage, clavicles, filling the lungs entirely with air. And then we empty the lungs, which is just as important as filling them up. Without the exhaling, properly exhaling, we don't get rid of all of the dead gas, dead air that's in the lungs. We want to cleanse. 3-part yogic breath is a cleanse. And do that 1, 2, sometimes 3 times a day. Let's see. Ash says, you're most likely not going to understand any of this. But yeah, the anime I watched after the one with, hold on. Kojiro Ren Gyoko was called My Hero Academia. And it was interesting. Finished watching all 7 seasons. Well, 7 seasons. How long did that take you? In a day? Oh, it took you a day. Sometimes I got to take my own advice and be patient. Scott Perkins says, hi. Hey, Scott, how are you? So we do the full yogic breath, maybe 3 times. Don't need to do it too much. It's a very powerful breath. You can do it anywhere. It's very calming, reduces stress, lowers the heart rate. And then I say a little prayer. My little prayer is always, can I teach only love? Can I share only love? When I go on a live stream, can I share only love? That's it. And then I do that Om Shanti prayer. Say Om, sound of the universe. Shanti, which means peace. You say Shanti 3 times. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And then we go live. Hit that live button. Then, and I try to do this every live stream. Then we go and cruise YouTube just for a little bit to see who's live. So we can hit the thumbs up button, share it out, and then we pop in, which we're going to do now. We're going to say hi.
So yeah.
And that is Stuart the Fish Whisperer.
What about when the second one hit?
And that's Martine. Martine is in Ireland.
That's what I'm saying. The second one was miles away from us.
Stuart's in Scotland.
Because I know they were saying that
Scotland says I'm good.
A lot of people thought that was going to be it.
Nice to hear that, Scott.
That one.
Sorry, guys. I just wanted to say hi real quick.
It was category 5 when it first built up. It went down to 4 and then hit 3.
Okay.
Staying at 3. But the one
there we go.
That was going to basically barrel down on Ray's house.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hello. There's people that I know.
Hello, King Paul. And that's a new one on me.
I know. It's pretty boring here.
Okay,
Welcome
Paul.
to the channel.
But that's how we start, at least.
So, the first one, when it started off at sea, in the middle of the Gulf, when it's coming in land, Ray said,
All right. Hey, so, Ash, what was the anime about? Scott is waving. I have to go, but I'll try to catch you later. Well, thanks, Scott. Much appreciated. Do not undervalue. breath work. My breath work teacher, I've been doing breath work for decades and decades and decades. I taught myself much of it as a kid, reading books on yoga. I practice it. I didn't fully understand it though. I didn't understand how powerful it actually was, that you literally change your emotional state within 10 breaths. And here's one of the most valuable things. You got to know the right breath for the right occasion. If you're trying to calm down, you don't want to do an invigorating breath. You don't want to do breath of fire or bellows breathing. You want to do a calming breath. And if you are want to warm up for workout, or you're waking up in the morning, you want to do that invigorating breath. I made that mistake several times, and it actually more than several times. I had a practice of doing certain invigorating breaths later in the day. I like the feeling. I like that altered state of consciousness you get. However, it can lead to doing it at the wrong occasion. It can lead to anxiety, even invoke a panic attack. So knowing when to breathe, the right breath. And a lot of yoga courses, yoga classes, and yoga books don't tell you that. They just demonstrate the breath. My teacher, who taught me to be a teacher, had an ingenious way, still does, of classifying it. That we have coffee breathing, which gives you energy, lifts you up. Water breathing, which is neutral, keeps you steady, gives you a little bit of energy, or it can bring you down as needed. Hey, Life, how are you? Go on, Life says hi. Welcome, my friend. And then we have whiskey breathing, which calms us down. Mixed feelings about that last name. However, it does get the point across that it is a breath that, hey, Selma, puts us into that parasympathetic nervous state, the rest and digest nervous state. Within 10 breaths, that's how powerful breathing is. Most of the time we ignore it. Selma says, I don't feel good. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Life says hi to Selma. And Life says, like is done. I appreciate that. So my teacher, who again taught me to be a teacher, talked about you can get 90%, he might have even said 95% of the benefits of meditation through breath work 3 times a day and therapeutically as needed. So we're talking an investment of less than 5 minutes 3 times a day. 10 breaths. Let's see. Life says same here. Nowadays, you haven't been feeling good, Life? Selma says, I've been through this with my sister. I have a headache. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, soldier boy. Life says, my sister got married. I miss her. Today, speaking of sisters, today is my sister's birthday. So happy birthday to my sister. Reaper says, Raiders. Hey, Asia. What time do the Raiders play today? Burpee? Or Reaper, sorry. Brian says, so Eric and everyone, have a wonderful day. You too, Brian. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. Reaper says, good mother freaking morning. Beautiful YouTube family. And Eric. You know how Reaper left me out of that beautiful part? Good freaking morning. Beautiful YouTube family. And Eric. The not so beautiful Eric. That's okay. I understand. Reaper. A lot of donuts. A lot of donuts. 2 videos I saw just today featuring donuts. Oh, I got the salute. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take the salute. 1 p.m. Who are they playing today? Runner Boy says Raiders. Never heard of her. Life says happy birthday. Thank you, Life. Reaper says, I'm ready. I got my tall cans lined up. How many tall cans you got lined up? Life says, Selma, what is your hobby? Reaper says, love them. Donuts. Oh, playing the Steelers. Man, this is a tough one for me, Reaper. You know, I was born in Pittsburgh. I grew up a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, even more so than the Baltimore Colts. My, heyday, 1970s as a kid, best team ever. Historically, still one of the best teams ever. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Iron Curtain. Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris, Rocky Bleier, Jack Lambert. But having said all that, having said that my birthplace, my home place, the motherland, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Iron City beer, the only beer can you can't crush on your forehead. I challenge you to try it. Maybe someone can. I can't do it. Not without a concussion. It used to literally be made out of iron. Having said all that, I have officially declared myself a Raiders fan. So may the Raiders beat the Steelers, and may my ancestors forgive me for saying that. Let's see. Reaper says, 3, I posted them on my community page. Oh, I'm missing one. I only saw 2. We are beating the Steelers. Well, we have to. Like I said, Raiders fan. You can't go halfway. You can't say I'm a Raiders fan, but I was born in Pittsburgh, so I'm going to root for Pittsburgh. If I declare myself a Raiders fan, I'm a Raiders fan. Let's see. I made a video. If you guys have ever wondered, what does Eric sound like? What does Yogi sound like when he raises his voice? It's there. It's on my page. You can find it. YouTube short. I would only do that for one person. When I got married, Milka said, hey, I want you to shout out how much you love me after we get married. And I said, that's not going to happen. I don't raise my voice. I haven't shouted since 1983 when I stayed well after the concert was over, screaming at an empty stage, Garcia, over and over again for Jerry Garcia. Hey, Toy Pups. Toy Pup says, Eric. Daisy says, hey, Daisy, Bills fan here. I knew there was one. I knew the Buffalo Bills must have at least one fan. I'm actually just joking. I don't know. I don't really watch football. I'm a Raiders fan because the Burpee Reaper is the top Raiders fan. He's a friend of mine, so he gets full support. If he loves the Raiders, I love the Raiders. Let's see. Toy Pup says, we caught the live. Yes, you did, my friend. Brian says, Luz, have a good time with the Modelos. So, hey, Daisy May, how are the Bills doing this season? Signature says, reading my friends, and thumbs up. Thank you, Signature. I'm glad you're feeling better, my friend. Austin says, hey, Yogi. Hey, Austin. Let's see. Toy Pup says, hey, Daisy. Reaper says, Brian with the salute. Going Life says, hi to Signature. Hey, you guys subscribe to Signature? He's got a beautiful channel. Here's the reason why Signature has a beautiful channel. He's a beautiful human being. He will take you on tour of his city. He will take you on a tour of the countryside. He will take you on a drive. And he's got something kind to say to everyone that he encounters. It's a beautiful way, one, of getting to know Signature. 2, getting to know another part of the world through the eyes of someone else. And you just see someone who was an incredibly friendly person interact with others. Gives you hope. Gives you hope that there are people like Signature out there in the world. So I hope you guys subscribe. Let's see. Life says, like the live. Thank you, my friend. Toy Pop says, we love this channel. Thank you. So, if you like this channel, and yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not much. I'm primarily a live streaming channel, and I don't do anything interesting when I live stream. I sit in front of the camera, I talk, I mispronounce words, I make funny faces, none of which I do on purpose. Occasionally, well, once a day, I go down to my basement, take my shirt off, I do burpees. No one wants to see an upper middle-aged, half-naked, bald guy doing burpees in his basement. I think there's like 2 people who tune in to watch. Reaper being one of them, which is why I'm a Raiders fan. Reaper's got my back, I got his. However, signature, that's a different thing. And if you want to see how to live stream, we got some perfect examples here. Toy Pup, love our Toy Pups, will sing you a song if you go into her live stream. She will have a song she'll make up for you on the spot, or she'll sing traditional Hindi song, or she will sing You Are My Sunshine, which I absolutely love, by the way. That was a song my father used to sing to my mom when I was a kid. So it has a special meaning to me, special connection. Or what other song inspires her? It's just very engaging. You can sit with her, you can color, you can watch the pups. And then we have the legendary Burpee Reaper. Now he knows how to do a burpee live stream. Category on his own. This is why he's got people knocking on his door to do live streams with him. Unfortunately, the Burpee Reaper is retired from burpees, except for occasional work burpees, until January. Here's what I recommend. Go watch the last live stream burpee video that Burpee Reaper did, and look at the kind of shape that he's in right now. And then, in January, take a look at Reaper now. Take a look at Reaper then. It's a whole different story. He's going to be maybe 30 pounds overweight. Bit of a gut. He's going to be moving slower, not quite as strong. And in a short amount of time, he will take you from ground 0 to level 10. He will take you from 1 pump burpees to 5 pump burpees. Absolutely amazing to watch. Let's see. Reaper says, much respect. Eric, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. And Daisy May, one of my favorite live streamers. Daisy knows how to talk. She's got this wonderfully soothing voice. It doesn't matter. Is it sitting by the ocean? Is it sitting on her deck looking at the boats? It's just a relaxing time and gives you an opportunity to, every once in a while, have these little magical moments where you connect with some people and you really feel like you've been healed and you have helped heal. It's an important thing to do. I mentioned before, when I do any live stream, I start with the breath. Before I go live, before I hit that button, I do my 3-part yogic breath. I say a prayer. My prayer is, can I teach only love? We teach what we most need to learn. So if I teach love, I'm learning love. If I'm learning love, I'm able to teach love. And then I do my Om Shanti Shanti, which is a closing salutation, traditional in yoga classes, where you're saying Om, the creative sound of the universe itself, Shanti meaning peace. Want to send peace to the live stream. Want it to be a peaceful place for everyone to pop in, if at all possible. Signatures says, thanks, Eric, for your support. Absolutely. Toy Pup says, signature, we're connected. Awesome. Let's see. Life says, I think we should try to develop all that qualities first in ourselves, what we want to see in others. Here's the amazing thing. There's a long tradition of shadow work in psychology, specifically Jungarian psychology, but also spiritually speaking, that a shadow is all the stuff within us that we can't own, all the dark stuff, all the things that we look in another person and we say, I hate this person because. But because we recognize that, it means we're projecting that. It belongs within us. The world is simply a projection of the interior mind. That's also the good stuff. Any quality that you see in another, all the heroic qualities that you see in anyone, in any historical figure or any public figure, they're yours. You're simply projecting them upon someone else. Claim it, all of it. Forgive it. Forgive the dark. And you're healed. So I agree with Life that we need to recognize those qualities within us, cultivate them. They're already there. You don't need to gain anything. You don't need to pursue. You don't need self-improvement. What self are you improving? If you examine the self, if you sit quietly in meditation, examining the self, you see there is no self. There's just life happening. Are you the same self when you were 12 years old? When you were born? When you were 59? I wanted to say that very, very softly, so you guys would just skip over the fact that I'm 59 years old. Or you with the awareness of all those different selves. Imagine that, being pure awareness of those selves. So what is there to improve? If you're pure awareness is synonymous with unconditional love. If you are unconditional love, do you need to improve? No. Are there some habits appearing within that unconditional love that maybe could use a little work? Yes. Different though. Using a little work and self-improvement, two different things. You will spend an endless amount of time chasing self-improvement. And in the end, you will be largely the same self as you were when you started. Or you can relearn to love yourself through forgiveness. Bam. Journey over. Because life will always give you conditions to relearn to love yourself. You're going to forget. Things will come up. Forgive. Things will come up. Forgive. You'll make mistakes. Forgive. Forgiveness is 24/7 continuous. Forgiveness doesn't mean I did something wrong. It simply means I was unaware. I was unaware of my projections. But now that I see them, I forgive. And we're cool. I'm cool. Sorry, guys. I'm way behind. Reaper says, day one. What are you on day one of? Oh, Modelo is the beer. Gotcha. I never heard of it before. Last beer I ever had, 1999, was a Rolling Rock. For Reaper, quoting me. I'm a Raider fan, Eric. Hey, if I unfortunately pass away at the next few years, feel free to put that on my tombstone. You can leave anything else out and say, here lies Yogi. I'm a Raiders fan. That's it. All you need to put. So how you doing, Austin? Signature side to the Burpee Reaper. Life says, like live, thank you. Daisy says, we started out so good, 3-0, and then lost the last two. Play Monday night this week. Go Bills. You know what? As long as they're not playing the Raiders, I'm going to say it. Go Bills. From this point on, guys, my second favorite team, Bills, Buffalo Bills. Life says, yes, I'm a subscriber. Signature, nice. 5,949. Brian says that a signature. Reaper says Brian sure does know his Modelos. Let's see. Reaper says I hate the people who ignore others for no reason. Yeah, it is unkind, isn't it? Life says Eric, and Brian says, yeah, I know them. Louis, from my friends from work, put me onto them. So what's day one, Reaper? Let's see. Signature says the world is full of lies and propaganda. It can be, or it can seem to be. I don't know about full, and then the infinite nature of the world. I think lies and propaganda are just a smidgen, a drop in an infinite bucket of goodness. World's a big place. It only takes one stranger giving a smile, reflecting the wholeness of who and what we are. One smile. Imagine that. The difference you can make in the world with just one smile. Reaper says, much respect, Eric. Thank you. Signature says, genuinely people rarely. Brian says, yeah, Reaper got some of the best form I ever saw doing burpees. Yeah, he does. That's for sure. Flawless. I've had extended conversations with Burpee Reaper where we've talked about the form of other burpee practitioners, never in a bad way, but just the difference between them. The one thing that always comes back, talking about Brian Lane, is power to spare. Brian Lane is a powerhouse. Signature says, great respect to my friend Eric. Thank you, Signature, and to you as well. I appreciate what you're doing on your channel. Get some heart emojis from Lover Toy Pups. Hey, so when is the next boot camp for you, Lover Toy Pups? And when's the next live stream? Daisy says, oh my God, you're going to make me cry. Thank you so much. Hey, I love talking about channels that I love, especially the live streams, because live streams are so personal. You can't fake a live stream. It's you in front of a camera. So I call it like I see it, my friend. Absolutely. Toy Pup says, Yogi, you're too beautiful. We absolutely love you. Well, thank you. Reaper says, much appreciated, Brother Brian. Daisy says, we are all learning. Absolutely. We can never stop learning. So insightful. Daisy says, we love your live streams too. You have a very calming presence, and I love listening in. I have been told by more than one person that they enjoy my live streams because it helps them, honestly, I'm not making this up, it helps them go to sleep. They listen to me, and it puts them to sleep. Quite a few people have mentioned that. But hey, sleep can be a rarity. Sleep can be a difficult commodity for people. So if the worst thing anyone ever said was, I hope them get to sleep, imagine how truly wonderful that actually is. Let's see. Signature says, learning unlimited. Yeah, that's the difference between self-improvement and learning unlimited. We can always learn. We can always learn more about ourselves. The more we learn about ourselves, the more we naturally learn about other people. The more we learn about other people, the more we naturally learn about ourselves. If we are viewing a world of unfriendliness, if we're viewing a world of hate, discord, divisiveness, we are viewing the world. That means the responsibility of changing the world goes with changing our perception. And how do we do that? The one word I come back to day after day after day: forgiveness. Forgive the projections, and what you perceive changes. You are never going to change the world by picketing, by waving a sign, by going to the effects. Everything is an effect of our projections. So you want to change the world, don't worry about the effects. Go within, change how you perceive the world. The only way you can do that is to change how you project the world. There's two things. There is the ego that is based upon fear. I'm not saying the ego is bad. It's just fear-based. It's also not real. It's a collection of thoughts that we have identified with. Who we are isn't the ego. We are the awareness, the unconditional love that surrounds the ego. That's the second voice. So we have the voice of the ego, which projects fear. So we live in a fearful world. Guilt, resentment, judgment, grievances, all based on fear. Or we can extend love through the reality of who we are. Maybe the only true choice that we actually have. Extend love, which causes the world to be healed, or stay ego-based and become part of the divisiveness. Simple choice. You've only got two things to choose from. Not an easy choice, because we've been conditioned to believe that we're an ego. Ask someone to describe themselves, and they'll say, I'm a Democrat or a Republican. I am a school teacher or a mechanic or this or that. I am 5'9". I am 100 and whatever pounds. I wear glasses. I am white. I am black. I'm brown. I am Catholic. We name things, conditions. Do we ever pause and really, really, really go deep and say, who am I? That is Jnana Yoga, one of the paths of yoga, 4 paths as outlined in the Bhagavad Gita. Jnana means knowledge, and it's the knowledge of self, knowledge of who we are, where we keep asking ourselves repeatedly, who am I? Never settling on an answer. If you settle on an answer, you're wrong, because it's just a description. This is why the Tao Te Ching says the Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. The you that can be described is not the true you. It's just an appearance, an aspect of the infinite I am. Speaking of I am, from which everything proceeds, our good friend Buddha of Destiny, who is well versed in the language of I am. Buddha, my friend, how are you? You came in at the right opportune time. Toy Pup says, so insightful. Daisy says, oops, I read that. I got to be careful. When you guys say nice things about me, then I go back in the conversation, I got to be careful that I don't read it again, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm just, pointing out the good stuff about me, which I appreciate. I appreciate these kind words, guys. Life says very true, Yogi sir. Hey, Nightmare. I didn't see you, Nightmare, come in. I apologize for that. Matt Watcher says, Ozzy Osbourne eats bats. True story. He ate a bat. You eat one bat and you're labeled for life as a bat eater. And he did it by accident. The legend is that he used to have toy bats on stage, and he would bite the toy bats' heads off, part of his show. Someone threw a live bat on stage, and he picked it up not knowing it was live. It was stunned. Bit the head off, and blood started gushing out, and he realized a mistake. He was rushed off stage, felt horrible about it. Let's see. Daisy says, I anoint you an honorary member of Bill's Mafia. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Reaper says, see you guys later. Reaper, enjoy your day, my friend. Enjoy the game. Life says, Yogi, have beautiful thinking. Reaper said, Costco is my last stop for the morning. Hope everyone has a great, beautiful day. Eric Raiders, let's go. See y'all tomorrow. Toy Pup says, I love this community. It's my safe place, guys. So I generally, if people come in, if they're trolling, almost all the time, I leave them alone. But if you ever see someone attacking someone here in our community, go ahead and get rid of them. That's the one thing we won't do. We won't condone an attack here on the page. Daisy says, woohoo. That is the first time on a live stream that I've ever actually said woohoo. I said whoop whoop before, but I've never said woohoo. If our friend Ash is here, it would not surprise me if she makes a clip of that, and it will be played indefinitely on YouTube for all of eternity. Brian says, I can't remember if it was a Buddhist teaching, but it was said no response is a response. I don't know if that was Buddhist, but it's very wise. Toy Pup says, you make us smile every day. Thank you so much, Yogi. Thank you. And you know what? It's the same. I always smile when I'm on your live stream. So, Night Watcher, my friend, how are you? Daisy says, no response is a response. I agree. If you ask me, no response is like flipping someone off. Yeah, it can be basically a way of you're not worthy. You're not worthy of a response. Disrespectful, sadly. Toy Pup says, next live stream is probably Tuesday morning. Love you guys, and thanks for asking. Well, I hope you guys can make it. I always try to cheer our friends out. So if you see on my community page, make sure you check out your friend's community page, by the way, because there's valuable information. Who's live, who's going live, what people are up to. So it'll be hopefully Tuesday. Maybe we'll get an impromptu somewhere in between. Brian says, thanks, Eric. Toy Pup says, I never want to miss your live stream. They do help us. I appreciate that. If you guys ever want, every once in a while in the mornings, the 5 a.m. mornings, they're entirely devoted to breath work or meditation. If you guys ever want a live stream that's more focused on breath work or meditation or any healing modality that I might be familiar with, especially through yoga or Course in Miracles, let me know and we'll devote it to that. So Buddha, how are you? Buddha says, hey Yogi, I'm sorry it took me so long to get down here. Much respect, everyone, just in the background. I appreciate that, Buddha. Let's see. Buddha says, hi, Brian and Reaper. Oops. Sorry, guys. I apologize for being behind. Rita says, I'm good. And now we are just listening. Now what she says, my grandma wants to ask, what's the first thing you start with when you're new to yoga? She's very unfit and wants to get healthier. That's a great question. Um, very, very easy postures. Keep in mind the key word would be gentle. Gentle yoga. Concentrate on the spine. Healthy spine is a healthy body. Funny that I say that because I got a messed up back. In 1990, I was training for a powerlifting competition and I injured my back. It took me a year to get over it. And then through yoga and other means, I pretty much kept it healthy through some pretty strenuous things. Returned back to competition, Olympic weightlifting, kettlebell sport, ultra running. Last year, I did something completely foolish, showing off for Mocha. I was trying to get in my car. 2 cars were parked too close to me, and I couldn't get in. And Mocha said she would climb in the back through the hatch and get in and pull it out. Very thoughtful of her. And I said, no, you don't have to do that. I'm going to use my advanced yogic powers. I'm going to, one joint at a time, I'm going to, like fluid, like water. I'm going to demonstrate my essential nature as the Tao, and I'm going to flow. Basically, I was BSing. But when you BS, you got to try it. So I tried, and it was working. I got half my body in. And then when I stepped my hips through, something popped in my back. Don't know what. Didn't want to go to the doctor. Because then you know. If I don't know, I don't recommend this, by the way. Anything that I just said, I don't recommend. But I was able to keep doing everything that I do, but I did it in a lot of pain. Now, a year later, and I'm about 90% healed from doing something completely foolish. Here's words of wisdom, guys. Don't show off for your ex-wife. It never leads to anything good. So back to the original question. Easy back bends, not far. Straight up, gently to the back, gently to the side, gently to the other side. Very, very, very gently. Forward bend. A half squat with the arms up. And a kneeling posture. I'll help that. Buddha says, a bat eater by mistake. Buddha says, that's sad. He's okay. Yeah, he's okay. As okay as Ozzy Osbourne could ever be. Daisy says, got to go for now, Eric. Thanks so much for having me. Absolutely, my friend. Thank you. Hey, Isabella, how are you? Daisy says, bye for now, and bye to everyone in the chat. We get away from Isabella. Nightwatcher says, faster old Yog. Man, how long have you been hanging out with me, Nightwatcher? Have you ever known me to go fast? Nightwatcher says, I'm good. Golagoko says, let's see. Kahasi ho hum. Hindi. Mibola. Hello, my friend. Thanks for the Hindi. Nightwatcher says, Golo, we don't speak your language. Sorry, friend. I don't know. Lover Toy Pops sings in Hindi. I don't know if you can speak Hindi. Hey, Mir, how are you, my friend? Mir's saying hi to everyone. Wonder Boy says, I don't have an ex-wife yet. Well, you know, future goals. As I mentioned before, you guys, most of you guys might have met Milka on here or seen her pop in on a live stream with me. She's not truly an ex, just an ex in title. Now what just says, Gola Gola, Apni Bangla, Bolti, Paben. What did I just say? Hey, Sniper, how you doing? Greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond under the same skies. this beautiful Sunday. It is a beautiful Sunday. Mir saying hi to everyone. Mir says he's good. Awesome. Let's see. Volganos says, hey, are you an old bodybuilder? Or what sport do you play? It's a good question. I'm an old former bodybuilder. I don't bodybuild anymore. I did train very hard for it. I never competed. I signed up for 2 competitions. Chickened out. I was in my teens. I trained for Teenage Mr. Baltimore, Teenage Mr. Annapolis. Man, for a shy kid, getting up and posing trunks, it was just too much for me. And then I trained for powerlifting afterwards. And then I did recreational Olympic lifting. Then I got into kettlebell sport, which I did compete in. And then I did 10 years of ultra running, from 50Ks to 100-mile races, 24-hour races. And we did about a race a month for over 10 years. So I've done maybe 120 ultra marathons. And then I did a whole bunch of body weight stuff. I'm on day number 1,000 something of burpees in a row. No set number, but I'm right now getting back into kettlebell sport. I'd like to compete on that master's level. Lighter weight, higher reps. See what I can do. Bogana says, I hope I'm pronouncing your name at least close. Maybe not right, but not far. Says, well, you're very athletic. I like being in motion. I like moving. I like seeing what my body can do, but not in a competitive way. I don't have any desire to see if I can do something better than anyone else. I just like seeing what I can do in any given moment. Let's see. Now what you says, hey Yogi, can you explain the yoga exercises differently? My grandma doesn't know what the names of your exercises mean. Okay. First off, let me say hi to your grandmother. Night Watcher's grandma, it's nice to meet you. You have a fine young grandson who's been a great friend of my channel. Great friend to me. Even if every once in a while he calls me old and he makes fun of my email address. Let's see. I'm going to try to keep this simple. I'm typing something in the chat, so bear with me, please. There you go. Mountain pose, half squat, forward bend, child pose. 1, 2, 3, 4 postures. Very easy to do. She can do it every day. When she's been doing that for about a month or so, then we will add to it a little bit. But it's great for the bigger muscles in the body. It's great for the spine. It'll help with mobility. It helps ease pain. It'll help increase blood flow. We got some hearts from Toy Pups. Thank you, my friend. And now what she says, I'm having to massage my grandma's legs like 5 times a day. Oh, hey, you're a loving grandson. That's pretty awesome. If you can do that, Night Watcher, man, your life is set. If you can show that much love for your grandmother now, right now, that's amazing. That means you got an open heart, infinite capacity to love someone. That's going to see you through everything in life. You're going to be a successful, loving, compassionate person, my friend. So, again, anytime you guys want to talk about breath work, or if you want personal lessons, breath work, I'll teach breath work. I teach meditation. I am a yoga asana certified teacher, but I don't really teach the asanas. It's just not my thing. Long time ago, when I first discovered that yoga was a ancient spiritual practice that had very little to do with the postures. A little bit, but very little. And then some point, this was in the 90s, I actually had a clear message telling me to teach yoga. And I intuitively knew that it didn't mean teach people how to stretch. It meant teach people to remember who they are. Teach people to remember that they are spirit first, appearing as a body. I forget the name of the French, he was the French Jesuit priest, Teilhard, D. Pierre de Chardin Teilhard. He was a Jesuit priest and an anthropologist. Imagine that combination, especially about 100 years ago. And he said, we are not human beings who have a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Which reminds me of what I think it was Voltaire said, nothing human is foreign to me. Meaning, all the stuff that we think, I got to be better, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't experience this, I shouldn't be thinking this. You're human. Of course you're supposed to be doing that. But you're not limited to what you do. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. Hey, Easy, how are you? What's new, my friend? Now what just says, hey, Yogi, can you please make a video about the yoga you recommended for my grandma? She's more of a visual learner. I can do that. I will try to remember to do that tomorrow. It's a perfect way to start your day. I've been thinking more and more of offering some type of morning yoga program. That would be perfect. You don't need a ton of postures. You don't need to do a 60-minute yoga class. I do 30 to 40 minutes every morning. I don't need to. I just like doing it. What was offered there would really open up the energetic centers in the spine, get you ready for the day, combined with breath work. So you could do those poses. You would stay in a seated position. You would do some breath work. And then if you could get outside for a 20-minute walk, casual, as the sun's coming up, getting in that sunlight to the eyes, which is vital, puts you back into the circadian rhythm. It induces just the right amount of stress hormones, cortisol and norepinephrine, adrenaline, which we need in the right amount to help us through the day. Also, those very same hormones die off over the course of the day, and their raw material is used by the body to produce melatonin and serotonin, which are the very same hormones we need to go to sleep. So if we don't have the proper hormones being made in the morning, we don't have the proper hormones being made later to help us sleep. Also, fractal patterns in nature, inherent in everything in nature, immediately put the mind, the eyes register it, and the mind immediately goes into a alpha wave state, which is a very light state of meditation, just by being in nature. And then you have the repetitive motion of walking deepens the meditation. If you concentrate on nasal breathing, it becomes a walking nature breathing meditation. Complete yoga plan. It also, that alpha state is the state of inspiration and creativity. Then you go inside and you do something creative. You paint, you draw, you write, you do origami, you could sculpt. I had a friend who just kept a notebook of drawing the perfect circle. Each day, he would try to draw the perfect circle. Man, Night Watcher, you and I were having a good conversation, and now you just come in and you say that I'm 2 years older than your grandmother. That is not good news for me. Night Watcher says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Night Watcher says, in Bangladesh, respecting your elders is very much upheld. But to me, I only respect my elders, not middle-aged trash. Well, I say respect everyone, because everyone is an aspect of you. Hey, Ann Scrap Chat. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you, Ann. Now, what you says is actually very unfortunate for my grandmother. She got married at 13, and my grandpa was 22 at the time. How was their relationship? Hey, Night Watcher, if you pop in the early morning live stream, remind me to make that video for your grandmother. Ann says hi to all, and Ann says, I'm okay, thanks. Well, I'm good to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. How is how's the crafting? How's everything coming together for you? You getting all your orders taken care of? Ann is one of those people who has helped me fall in love with the crafting community. Ann says, just clear coding about 10 cups a day. That's a pretty good pace, isn't it? 10 cups a day? Hey. Night Watcher says, yeah, I'll make sure. So Night Watcher says, it is a cultural tradition in Bangladesh to respect your elders. And yet, he comes in here and he calls me old. He makes fun of my email address. Yes, I have American Online email address. There's no reason to make fun of someone who enjoys the classics, the classic things of life. And says, no, just today. And that's a lot. It sounds like a lot. Because, you know, nothing you do, nothing anyone does in the crafting community is like slipshod. It's not something that you dust off or you put a coat on and then you put it aside. You're not in a factory line. It's not on a conveyor belt. It's not like the old I Love Lucy episode when they were working at the chocolate factory, wrapping them up and they kept shoving them in their mouths because they couldn't keep up. So yeah, I just had a picture of our friend Ann smuggling the cups, not being able to keep up, putting them under her shirt. Doesn't happen that way. Not what she says. It isn't that bad. My grandpa isn't that bad of a person and more tech savvy than you. Way to show respect for your elders. I've shown you a picture of him. What's my community post? I remember. Not what you says, Yogi, I will respect you when you turn 60. It's going to be in April. I can't wait. Man, I get to use words like whippersnapper. I get to chase people off my lawn. I get to wave my rake around. That's enough for me. It's enough to make me completely happy. Just chasing one person off my lawn once in my life, and I'll be happy. So, I hope you guys are connected with each other. Mentioned before, when people like Ann come in, when people like Skeeter and Stuart the Fish Whisperer, uh, and some of our gaming friends, Caleb Bill, and other live streamers from the burpee community, of course, fitness community, and we have Daisy May and we have Lover Toy Pups, who are in a category of their own. Maybe some people might call them like pet focus channels. No, they are in a category of their own. They are just, same with Signature, just good people sharing who they are. And to me, that makes YouTube such a wonderful place. But so often we stay in our genre. I have no interest I don't game. So why would I have an interest in a gaming channel? I don't do crafts. Why would I have an interest in a crafting channel? But I do, because I'm curious and I'm enthusiastic. My only two actual talents I have in life is curiosity and enthusiasm. And someone told me that those aren't talents. I beg to differ. He said they were qualities, they were traits. However, anything that you can cultivate can become a talent. So be curious about a gaming channel, not because you're thinking about gaming. Be curious about a craft channel, not because you might pick up a craft. Although, you know what? I mentioned the morning yoga and how it leads to creativity. Creativity is central to a happy life. Maybe you will be inspired by watching Ann. But step outside that self-imposed box of what we're curious about, what we're enthusiastic about. Be enthusiastic about the person that you just met. Show up, help them out, share them out, grow. Don't think of sections of community. Don't think of, I'm in this community. You're in a community, and a community is unconditional, meaning I'm going to use a word from The Simpsons, since Nightwatcher mentioned The Simpsons yelling at clouds when I'm 60. Embiggen. It's not a true word. It's from The Simpsons. But I love it. Embiggen. Embiggen your community. Enlarge it. Keep it growing. We got some heart emojis from Signature. Thank you, Signature, my friend. And that way you make let YouTube be a microism of the macroism of the world. If you can make YouTube a better place, which isn't easy. When years ago, decades ago, I thought about doing a YouTube channel, my stepdaughter said, don't. I care too much about you. I love you too much to allow you to start a YouTube channel. They would eat you up alive and spit you out. There'd be nothing left. You would be sad. You would be depressed that there are people who could be that mean, and they would be mean to you. I haven't experienced that meanness. I get people making comments. Who doesn't? But nothing really that bad. But it can be. I've seen it. It can be fairly bad sometimes, some people. But if you can make your own little section loving, kind, beautiful, and then expand it, man, we're onto something. Hey, Austin. Austin is back. Austin says hi to Ann. Now what she says, today she had to go alone with an help to return some items she didn't need to buy. and she walked a lot. So I'm massaging her a bit more to my hurt fingers' dismay. But like I said, you are a good person, even if I have to wait another few months before I get respect. We get a new video from Austin. This is Jace. Here's the thing about Austin's videos. You almost can't turn away. They draw you in, makes you laugh, makes you smile, and you just keep returning your focus back on them and back on them and back on them. This is the second video for Jace. Thank you, Austin. We got another video dropped. Austin and Ann.
Is everything okay?
I can't see.
You can't see. Something wrong with your vision?
No, I can't see myself working today. Bye.
Austin is a YouTube short genius. Got to come right out and say it, man. I got to give credit where credit is due. He is a YouTube short genius. That watcher says your stepdaughter might be a bit out of the loop. This was more than 10 years ago, but old people are respected on the internet. Man, I've had people come in and tell me I'm too old to be on the internet. Toy Pup says, sorry, I'm here, guys, just cooking up a huge turkey feast. Oh, that's okay. I forgot. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I apologize. It is Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, is it Monday? In Canada. This is Thanksgiving weekend. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. And says, I'm okay to Austin. How are you? Did you watch your video, Ann? Toy Pup says, we're here just AWK. All right, help me out. AWK. Austin says he's doing good. Thanks for asking. Now what you says, I've noticed my grandma is having a cognitive and physical decline now. Always at a staggering rate. Your mom's a doctor, right? Have you asked her? She might need to go to the doctor, full exam. Let's see. All right, I made my mandatory hour that I like to shoot for on a live stream. We'll wrap things up. I'll be back later. I want to extend my invitation out. If you guys want to learn meditation or breath work or some of the philosophical aspects, psychological aspects of yoga, that's extremely helpful. Let me know. Reach out. It's real easy to reach out to me on Facebook. Or if you want is it the what app? I always want to say what's up at, but it's what, right? What am I supposed to write down? So you're saying write it down in my big little book of things to remember. Yoga for Night Watchers Grandma. And breathing thing. I can do that. So this is actually, again, it's a good, very easy yoga workout. Let's not call it a workout. Yoga practice opens up the energy centers of the spine. Makes you feel good. All right. Got you covered, Night Watcher. Got your grandmother covered. Night Watcher says, go slow on the video so my grandma can match your speed. Gotcha. Most yoga is done at a similar speed. It's not about how fast you can do a yoga posture. It is how controlled. You match it to your breath. We got a code 3 wombat. Well, now we do. Wilkashimo, my friend, how are you? Says hi, I'm going to share. I appreciate that, my friend. Night Watcher says, thanks, Chinese text name. You can't read Chinese? It seems obvious to me that it means Rokushimo. That was just a lucky guess on my part. All right, so let's wrap things up, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I have not heard from our friend Optimob. Let's see. Welko says, bro, Diddy was hitting on streams yesterday for some reason. Well, man, he's got bigger issues to worry about. Ozzy Osbourne eats bats. He does eat bats. However, the real question is, does Ozzy Osbourne sniff ants? That's the question. And that is the parting line. Anyway, I was going to say, I haven't seen Optimob today. So I don't know anything about their upcoming either a premiere or a live stream. Our traditional Sunday night with Optimob. But if I hear something, I will post it. I will share it. So look on the community page. Always fun. Mira says hi to Austin. And we get Diddy here. Diddy says, yeah. Diddy says, bro, you want to be my victim? Well, here says, sir, Timo, enjoy Sunday. So they're not going to do anything today? Diddy says, Baldy, you would think a rap mogul would have something more clever to say than Baldy. No, not what you says, hell no. Always makes me smile when someone wants to come in and give you a hard time and they go for the easiest thing. Baldy. The least creative thing. Baldy. As well, man, do they not think shaving my head for, what's it been? I think it was 2000 I shaved my head. Did they not think that in 26 years, 25 years of shaving my head, I haven't heard someone say Baldy before? I have. Let's see. No, you know what? I don't take anything as mean. I don't take anything directed towards me, seriously or personally. It means absolutely nothing to me at all. Everything. This is my last thing that I'll say. That you have two things. People are either extending love to you or they are asking for love from you. Two things. If someone's crying for love through the aspect of a mean-spirited comment, or what appears to be a mean-spirited comment, do I take it at face value? Or do I look deeper and see that it's a request for love? If somebody requests for love doesn't mean that you put up with bad stuff, doesn't mean that you're a doormat, but it also means that you're immune from what they offer you. You're not taking it personally. If I don't take anything personally, I'm gold. That means I am unaffected by anyone's thoughts, opinions, or words directed at me. Unaffected. Imagine how freeing that can be. Am I 100% there yet? Nope. Not even 90% there. But I might be 80%. And that's pretty cool. That's not a bad place to be, guys. Let's see, now what it says, Chinese name, you're literally the Diddy guy. Hey Lee, how are you? Nice to see you, my friend. Now what it says, he's good, thanks for asking. Hello, Stray Kids. Let's see, I'm gonna go for a bit, gonna go eat, enjoy your meal. Lee says, enjoy your meal. Not what it says, code 5 Wombat. Wrap things up. People, skedaddle. Yep, I do got to skedaddle. Difficult to say. I will see everyone later. I'll be live again about 5:20. If you're bored, you got nothing to do, you want to keep talking, you want me to keep talking, come on by. Say hi. Night Watcher, look for a video tomorrow. Buddha of Destiny Namaste says, welcome. Thank you, my friend. Buddha, I was talking of I am earlier in the conversation. I hope to see you later, and we can, maybe you and I can talk some more about that. Let's see, Buddha is making dinner. Enjoy. I'm going to see everyone later. All right, take care, guys.